Alright, welcome back to another video on building multi-purpose Laravel and Livewire application. And in this video, I'm going to show you how we can use Bootstrap color picker with Livewire. So first of all, let me give you the demo. So over here, we have this color picker input, and when someone click over here, they can choose different colors from here. So let me choose this color and let me fill up this form. And let me press the save button, and it got saved. Now if we go to database and refresh, it got added over here as well. So let's get started building this functionality. Okay, so first of all, let me remove this input as we don't need that. So let me go to create appointment form and let me remove this. Okay, now let me go to admin LT, and over here on the forms section there is advanced element, and let me go to the end, and here is color picker. So first of all, we'll use this simple color picker, and then we'll add this color picker with add one as well. So let's start with this one. So let me do view page source, and then let me search for color picker. Now let's start by installing color picker. So for that, let me copy this. Let me go to app.blade.php and over here let me paste that. Let me change this to assets, backend, and plugins. We already have this available because we have already installed admin LT theme. So let me go to the end for JavaScript related to color picker. Let me change this asset, backend, and then plugins. Yep. Okay, we are done with installing color picker. So let me indent this. Now if I come back and refresh the page, we don't see that input. Let's add that input as well. Let me search for color picker, and over here we have that input. Let me go to create appointment form.blade.php file, and over here let me paste it. Now let me refresh it again. Now we see this color picker, but this is not working because we haven't initialized color picker on this element, right? So to initialize color picker on that element, let me change this to, for now let me add ID instead of class for color picker. Okay, and then let me go to the end. Over here let me add a script tag, and then you can select that element called color picker, and we can initialize using color picker. Now let me refresh it, and it is working. Perfect. Now if we hit the save button over here, we need to get this value, right? So let's check that. So let me go to create appointment form component class, and over here let me do diagram this state. Let me change this, click on save, and we don't get it. To fix this, let me go to create appointment form.blade.php file, and over here we can listen for the change event using .change, and we can pass the closure. And for now let me do alert here. Actually we'll not be doing this, but let me show you that. I change, we get that value. Yes. Now if we do this dot set state dot color to the value of this val. Now let me refresh it and change this value and then click on save. We get the value, right? But let me show you one thing. If we do inspect, go to network tab, and then if I click over here and choose different color, see, we are sending lots of AJAX requests while changing this, right? But we don't want to make that happen. Let me clear this and show you again. See. Also, there is another issue. Let me show you that as well. If I click over here and then select this particular color, then it got disappeared, right? That is also one issue. So let's do this differently. So instead of listening to the change event and then setting this value, let me remove this. And we can set the value while submitting the form, right? Here we are listening for the form submit event, and while submitting the form, we can simply do this dot set state dot color to the value of color picker dot val. Now let me refresh the page and then let me do inspect. Go to network tab, and if I change the color, we are not sending any AJAX request. Now if I hit this save button, we get the color, which is perfect, right? Also we don't see, let me refresh it again. Also if I click over here, we get the color directly and we are not getting any issue. We close this. Now let's see by adding validations over here. So let me go back to create a point from component class, and let me comment this for now. And over here let's add color, and then it is required. Let me go back, refresh the page, and click on save. We don't see the validation, so let me go to create appointment form. Over here, first of all, let me wrap this within a div. Okay, so it got properly aligned over here. Now let me copy this div for validation. So now if I put this div over here and the field is color, now let me go back, refresh it and click on save. We still don't see that error message because we need to put this inside of this form group div below this input, right? So invalid feedback only works with form control. Let me go back, refresh it, click on save. Still we will not see the error because over here we need to pass is invalid, right? So to do that, we can add conditional. If there is error related to color, then we will add a classical is invalid. Now let me save it again and we see that message, right? This is perfect. Now let me show you another issue. If we choose particular color and then click on save, and this got disappeared, right? This is also a weird issue. So let's fix this. So now let's try by adding wire ignore and see if it will work. Now if I click on save, we don't see that error message, right? So actually we need to put this wire ignore. Let's put it over here. We refresh it, click on save. Still we don't get the error message, right? So instead of wire ignore, we need to do wire ignore.self to ignore this parent element only, right? So now let me try this. Click on save and we see that validation your message. Perfect. Now if I select this particular color and then click on save, it got lost again. We can fix this. So to fix this, we can simply do wire model dot, let's say defer equals to state dot color, right? So that data will not get lost while we are submitting the form. So now let's choose this color, and if I hit on save, and we see that color, it didn't get lost, which is perfect. Now the thing remaining is to save this color to database. So let's add a field called color. PSD audition make migration, add color field to appointments table. Let me search for that file. Add color field to appointments table, and over here we can do table is string of color can be nullable. By default, let's make it null. Over here we can drop column, and the name of the column is color. Now let's do PSP audition migrate, and the field got added. Let me browse this, and it got added. Now let me go to create appointment form. Yep, we have already commented that line. Now let's try saving this form. A different color, appointment date, appointment time. Click on save. It got saved successfully, and if I go to browse, it got added over here. Nice. So we are done with adding simple color picker. But what if we want to add add-on over here? So let's try that as well. So for that, let me go to admin LT, and then let me go overview page source, and let me search for color picker with add-on, right? This one. Let me uncomment this for now. Go back to create appointment form, and let me comment this code. Okay, let me go back and refresh the page, and we see that, but it is not working, right? Let's make this workable. So over here, let me remove this and add ID of color picker. Let me refresh it and then change the color and click on save, but we don't get that color, right? So let's fix this. Over here, let me go to the end. Over here, while submitting the form, we are getting the value from color picker ID, right? But if we go to the top, over here, the ID is this div, but we need to get the value from the input, right? So to fix this, let me add a attribute called name, and then let's say color. We can add ID over here as well, but this time let's add name attribute. So let me go to the end, and let's get the value from that attribute. To do that, we can simply do name equals color. Let me save this. Let me refresh it, choose the color, and click on save, and we got the color. This is perfect. Now another thing remaining is, if we choose different color, it didn't got changed over here. So let's fix this as well. Let me go to admin LT, view page source. Let me search for color picker. Let me go to the end, and let me copy this code. Let me go back, and over here, let me paste that. And we can listen for the change event directly from here. So let me remove that. we can simply listen for the change event, and here we need to change this to color picker, and through that event we can get the color, and we are converting to a string and assigning this value to the color property. Okay, now let me refresh it, and then if I change over here and it got changed, which is nice. Now if I save and everything is working, so let me uncomment that. Now let's try saving this. Open that time and click on save. It got saved. Let me refresh it, and it got saved over here as well, which is perfect. So this much for this video. So I hope you learned something from this video. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe to this channel, as I will be uploading the videos like this. Till then, have a great time, and I will see you on the next one.